Welcome everybody to another episode of Spectrum Talk. And my God, do the Dallas Cowboys suck. God, they just can't, they cannot figure out a way to not suck. It's perplexing how bad they are. I don't know if you know this, but that's what we're going to talk about today, because I got nothing to talk about. I mean, there's some Xbox stuff, kind of. The Xbox, hold on, before I can get to that, you may have noticed there's a video. That's because, I don't know, I figured might as well upload these. I got the webcam, I haven't really used it since I can't stream. So, rigged it up and tried to figure out something. Also, we're using a different mic. I'm using my old blue, what is this one, the Snowball? Snowball, even though it's black. I'm using the Snowball because the Razer mic and the Yeti are in there where we record the game footage. And since this is a pretty good mic, I mean, there's no reason to get rid of it. I'm going to use this for all my solo stuff, podcast or whatever, because moving the mics back and forth is just a hassle, and I don't want to do that. And this one's good enough. It's more than good enough. But I wanted the videos to have parity, so I got two mics that sound similar. This one does sound different, especially next to it. It is a very different sounding kind of mic. But yeah. There's still going to be the audio-only version of this, and I was kind of thinking about doing an audio-only version video, but I was like, break out the webcam. Might as well try it out, see what what the response is. If anything, people like it because people like vlogs or something. But if the audio isn't up to snuff as it usually is, we've been having audio problems, but that's the reason it may sound different. I completely forgot about that. I was spent all this time setting this up, and I completely forgot that that this is new. Yeah, it's been a hell of a day. It is. I went on so many different runs today at work. I made 3 or 4 deliveries today. Say I did Windows this morning. I was supposed to do something else, but then Tyler took that one. Then I went and delivered. I dumped something, which is where you just raise the bed of the truck and it slides off. And then I guess it was just 3. It was a lot though. I got back from lunch and then was like, do this order. I'm like, okay. And then when we finally got it ready to go, it was out in Granger, which is about an hour away from where I work. So it took an hour to get there. It took about 30 minutes to unload and then an hour to get back because we had to hand unload everything. A bunch of doors. And then time I got back, it was almost time to go. But all that driving, it does something to me. It makes me sleepy. I'm sunburned as all hell. So the being in the truck didn't save me from that. You also may notice I don't have glasses on. If any of y'all remember the streams, it's because it keeps freaking glaring, and I don't know how to make it not. There's no way that I can put my setup as it is right now. There's a way to do it. I can't do it with my current setup. It's very difficult. Other than just getting contacts. So I don't really need to see well. I don't really need to see well in order to do this. I know where the camera is. I know I can look at the camera. And that's really all that matters. But anyway, there was some Xbox news. Or was there? Right. Well, yeah, there kind of is. Yakuza 7 is an exclusive to the Xbox Series X, which is kind of insane. Yakuza has been a Sony thing forever, and it's a weird exclusivity, so it's only 4 months, and it's only for next gen. So when Yakuza 7 comes out, it'll be available on the Xbox One, the PS4, PC, which is fine. But when it comes to next-gen consoles, it's only available on the Xbox Series S and X. And it's coming out, I believe, the same day as the Xbox. And why that's interesting is because the PS5 version comes out in March. So it's a 4-month exclusivity deal. If you want to play it on next-gen first, you're going to have to get the Xbox. And here's another thing. No cross-save. So even if you play it on the PS4 and you upgrade, because I said, there will be a free upgrade, you will then have to start the game from the beginning, which is really shitty, and I don't know why that exists, because you would think that kind of problem would be gone that seem to exist on the Xbox anymore. I don't know what's going on with Sony. We're getting pretty close to those launches. What, second week in November? So yeah, but there wasn't really any news that I could think of, like big news, unless I'm completely missing something. Um, in gaming, yeah, I can't really think of anything. Um, I had something that I was going to talk about like a week or so ago, which is why this episode's so late. But I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. The only thing I talk about right now, newsworthy, is the fact that the president's probably going to die. You know, stupid bastard. Um, hey, when you tell people you don't need to wear a mask and that's a hoax, you kind of get what you get. It's like putting your hand in fire. Um, you should probably expect to get burned. Then he got burned. It's like, oh, I can't believe I got burned. It's like, no shit, asshole. What do you think was going to happen? But whatever. But no, we're going to talk about football because I'm pissed off. The Longhorns lost this past weekend in a game they shouldn't, but they played like shit, so I guess they should have. Um, Tom Herman's most likely not the coach of the future. He just has not been able to get UT good. It shouldn't be that hard with as much money as they have. You know damn well Nick Saban would be able to turn that into a powerhouse, but it's because it's Nick Saban. The Dallas Cowboys are terrible. They're 1-3, and the Texans are 0-4, and they straight up fired Bill O'Brien today after making him the GM and everything, and then he got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. People were like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And then they started 0-4, and now he's fired. And good riddance because he's terrible. But I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan first and foremost. And the Cowboys are terrible. They have superstar talent. They have a coach who's been to a Super Bowl and won it, but he did it with Aaron Rodgers. Then again, the Packers really didn't do much after that. They got to some NFC championships, didn't win any. I mean, it's better than what the Cowboys have been able to do over 25 years, but still, they kind of kicked him out of Green Bay for a reason. I don't know why we thought he was going to be different in Dallas, because he doesn't really seem to be that different. And then again, it's still early, and then with COVID and everything. But that team's worse than it was last year. I don't know if they'll go 8-8. Their offense seems to be faster. The Dallas Cowboys had a problem last year, have always had a problem of being good when it mattered, and they would always come into games flat. I haven't seen them come into games flat yet. Their offense is hitting. I've seen them make a lot of mistakes and a lot of fumbles and a lot of shit like that, but that offense can beat anybody. The problem is that the offense has to, because the defense is probably the worst Dallas defense in 15 years. Oh my God, they're terrible. They are awful. They should not have gotten rid of Chris Richard. I got a huge mosquito bite on my finger. Dear Lord. They should never got rid of Chris Richard. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. He was not the problem with that. Jason Garrett and everyone else was, but you kept the offensive coordinator for some stupid ass reason. But no, get rid of Chris Richard and now replace him with who the hell knows. I don't know who this guy is. All I know is he's terrible. Get rid of him. But there's more to this episode than just berating the Cowboys. Because there was something I was going to talk about a while back, and then it just kept getting pushed back, and whatever. YouTube channel by the name of Ckbirds. This guy does a lot of Madden stuff. It's very interesting. He's an Eagles fan, but we can forgive that. He did a video a while back. How many simulations on Madden 20 would it take to get every team to the Super Bowl? And he did a bunch of simulations. He didn't get every team to the Super Bowl. He didn't. But he did enough simulations, and I actually didn't write down the full number of simulations that he did, that gave us quite a lot of different teams in the Super Bowl and a lot of different outcomes. And what Madden loves is all the talent on the Dallas Cowboys side, because the Dallas Cowboys went to the Super Bowl a lot in Madden, because talent-wise, they're great. Reality-wise, they're fucking terrible. But I found this interesting, and then I went and obsessed over it, and I wrote down all the data that he did, and I had a notepad and everything, and then after I wrote all my data down, I then refined it. So that's what this episode is going to be about. So I have all 32 teams here. No, I don't. I lied. I have only the teams that made it to the Super Bowl. I really should have a pen. Okay, I'll just do this with my finger. I have all the teams that made it to the Super Bowl, which there are 32 teams in the NFL, for those who don't know, amongst the two conferences. And the teams that made it to the Super Bowl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. 25 teams out of the 32 before he gave up. And he did like an all-nighter and did all kinds of simulations. Did all kinds of simulations. I just dropped my notepad. We're professional, aren't we? Very professional. I should have a pen around here. I sit like this, a little bit more comfortable. I wish I was in the center of the screen, and I wish I tried to get my webcam more over, but I can't. It's just, it is what it is. But I need to be able to see my stuff while being able to talk. So we're going to talk a little bit at the side of this. So 25 teams out of 32 over all these simulations made it to the Super Bowl. And I think he did like well over 100 simulations. I forgot. I wrote it down at one point in time. But I don't have it anymore. That's not it. That's that's Bill's. I got another notepad here. Put my glasses over there. It's a good thing I'm nearsighted. That's important, but not what I need. Aha! Hold on. There's not. I thought I had. $154 simulations, so I did have it marked down. Probably leave that in so you can actually see me flipping through. And I went in the video, I actually marked, probably can't see, but I went through when I was counting and then crossed them out. These are the matchups. And I'll read the matchups too. It's fairly interesting, at least to me. So let me try to get all my data together. Because I also had wins and losses as well. Now every season has an MVP. He did more than 154 simulations, but I only have 154 simulations. And the reason is because he was tired. He didn't show all the winners or losers because he had a lot of repeats, and he didn't show every MVP. So what I did is I narrowed it down to how many he had so I could have a good data set. I narrowed it down to how many complete simulations he had where he showed the winner and the MVP so I could have my complete data set. Now, so there are 5 teams that didn't make it. Those 5 teams were... What were the 5 teams? Did the Jets never make it? I thought I wrote down all the teams. I did not. And then was going to mark it. I didn't. I did not. So I guess we're going to do this the other way. I did not prepare as much for this as I would have thought. Or as I would have hoped to. But it's okay. This is still interesting. And we'll go down through this one by one. But before we do, go check out Ckbirds' channel over on YouTube. He's a hell of a lot better than I am. He does a lot of stuff with Madden. He's also doing some quarterback stuff. He's switching up players, seeing what teams can do with like a team of all quarterbacks, teams of all like rookies. It's if you like football, it's fun. It's really, really fun. And it was really fun, especially at the time. We didn't know if we were going to get any more football, and this was the only football we'd get. But let me think here. What's the best way to do this? I'm trying to think. There's the best a best way to do this, but I'm trying to think what is. But no, not 5 teams. It makes it so 25 made it. 5 is 36, 7. 7 teams didn't make it. 7 teams in 154 simulations, or actually more than that, did not make the Super Bowl. Now, this is not future, by the way. This is not him simming 154 years, 154 seasons. So, like, it would be 154 years in the future. This is not that. This is him simming the same season, same players, same everything, 154 times to see what are the possibilities. And that's where I find this interesting, is because we are 4 weeks into this season and seeing how interesting it is. Now, granted, it didn't take into account for COVID and all that, but I find it interesting. So I guess we'll just go back. So, of course, number one on my list, the one that I started with, the Dallas Cowboys. Because, of course, I'm the Dallas fan. They made it. The Patriots made it. The Seahawks made it. The Buffalo Bills made it. The Browns, the Saints, the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Colts, the Packers, the Eagles, the Texans, the Falcons, the Chargers, the 49ers, the Lions, the Bears, the Buccaneers, Titans, Jets, Giants, Bengals, Panthers, Rams, and the Cardinals. Now, if you're wondering, did I do this in any order? Because, yeah, I said the Cowboys first because they're my team. But also first for a very, very particular reason. Out of everybody, they have the most Super Bowl wins. They do not have the most appearances. But we're going to go team by team. But those 7 teams, I'm trying to think what those teams are. Now, the Jets made it. They just didn't win. I think Eagles made it. I think the Giants made it, which that's just funny. The Bengals made it. The Browns do it. The Browns made it. Panthers made it. Rams. Washington didn't, so that's one of the teams. Buffalo made it. All the New York teams made it. We got the Raiders. Really? The Raiders didn't make it? No. The Raiders didn't make it. Now, that's interesting. Washington not making it, not that interesting. I mean, it kind of is now, considering they, when they're healthy, they look a lot better than the Eagles, the Giants, or even the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys got more talent, but Washington does not look like a bad team. They look like a young team, just got a new head coach, and they're trying to figure stuff out. They got a very young quarterback. But Ron Rivera is great. He's getting that defense together. Ron Rivera is also suffering from cancer. That sucks. But Washington, which beat the crap out of the Eagles, so there's a good chance they might beat the Cowboys. They're going to beat the Giants and the Eagles again. We could have Washington be the team that wins the NFC East, which is just sad. But their record's a little bit different because they actually do look halfway decent. The Cowboys don't. Their offense looks good when it's on fire and only in the fourth quarter. Their defense is terrible. Washington's defense tore the Eagles apart in week 1. Eagles finally got their first win against the 49ers, and there was no one playing for the 49ers. Yeah, you should have won. Everyone was like, Carson Wentz is back. Shut up. He's never been any good. But Washington didn't make it. The Raiders didn't make it. The Cardinals made it, and the Raiders didn't make it. That's 2. Tampa Bay? No, Buccaneers. Buccaneers made it. Dolphins. Dolphins not make it? Dolphins didn't make it. That's 3 teams. So I need, 4 more? To make 7? Man, I really wish I had them off the top of my head. I don't. I'm trying to think of... Of course, Chiefs and Ravens, everybody else make them. I'm trying to think. So only one NFC East team didn't make it. The Raiders, which seems kind of weird now thinking about it because the Raiders look good. Let's see. All 32 teams. It's weird. I should be able to know this off the top of my head, but I just can't. All right, the Jaguars make it. Go down. Probably should have had this done beforehand. So the Jaguars make it. Jags. I'm looking. No. A little bit surprising. Kind of not, but kind of is. Carolina made it. Hold on, did they? Do I have them down as the Panthers? Do I have them down as Carolina? Yeah, Carolina made it. So we got the Dolphins that didn't make it. We got Washington that didn't make it. Washington, Raiders. What was the one I just said? Jaguars. The Panthers made it. Everybody. Dolphins didn't. Oh yeah, Dolphins. Let me just make sure on this. Because I'm gonna look like a freaking idiot when I go, oh yeah, they didn't make it, and then like I read their name later. No, they didn't make it. Lions. Did the Lions make it? Lions made it. I got 4. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. That's 7. I'm second guessing myself now. The Bengals made it. Packers made it. Cardinals made it. There aren't many teams left. The Jets freaking made it. Who else? Bears not make it? No, Bears made it. Steelers. Steelers. Oh, the Steelers not make it? I mean, screw the Steelers, but the Steelers not make it? Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh didn't make it. Okay. That's 5. I need 2 more. This is weird because I'm looking at all of them. And I'm blanking on who it is. Falcons made it. The Panthers made it. They made it. They made it. They made it. The Rams. Rams made it. Vikings. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Vikings didn't make it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Need 1 more. Giants? I said the Giants made it earlier, but I might have been wrong. No, Giants. 49ers, they made it. Seahawks, Tampa Bay, Washington didn't make it, and I got them on there. Broncos. Looking. Did the Broncos make it? No. That's Broncos. So hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So Washington, the Raiders, the Jaguars, the Dolphins, Pittsburgh, Vikings, and Broncos. And 154 simulations did not make it to the Super Bowl. Some of those I think are kind of accurate, but the Raiders, I don't know. The Raiders are looking pretty good right now. Like, strangely good. But, I mean, it's going off of old data. So, Dallas Cowboys had the most wins. 21 wins. And I also have it, I not only have it broke down by, I have appearances, wins, MVPs, and then I have your appearance percentage and then your win percentage out of all the ones that appeared. So we'll start at the top. The Dallas Cowboys appeared in the Super Bowl 35 times. They won 21 of those 35 contests, which is a 22.7%, or 154 simulations. They appeared in the Super Bowl 22.7% of the time, and they won 60% of the time, which I believe is, well, no. It's not the highest win percentage. It's one of the highest win percentages. There are others with higher win percentages, but they didn't appear as many times. Like, say, the Buccaneers, who have a 66% win percentage, but they were only there 3 times. They only won twice. Yeah, so the Cowboys, 35 appearances, 21 wins. has a 60% win percentage. Out of 154 simulations, they only had 4 MVPs. That's kind of interesting. Because if they appear in the Super Bowl the most time out of anybody, and they win more times than anybody, you would think they would have some of the best players. And they do. But you think they'd be recognized. Nope. But there's an interesting fact about this one. So, 2 of their MVPs went to Ezekiel Elliott. The other 2 went to Dak Prescott. Okay, interesting. We kind of assume that, but the fact that Ezekiel Elliott's on there twice is actually kind of awesome. Running backs getting MVPs, cool. Other interesting fact, their first MVP was the 73rd simulation, and it went to Ezekiel Elliott. What makes that even more impressive is this was a 19-0 season where they won the Super Bowl. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. So in order to get a running back to get an MVP spot, they had to go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. And it took 73 simulations to get that MVP status. So they were there 35 times. Won 21 of those times. And if I have my other part of the list, I can actually go through and tell you who they played. That's on the other side. Probably should. It's a shit show. We all know it. Alrighty. So actually, our first matchup, our first Super Bowl in the simulation was the Dallas Cowboys versus the Patriots. Alrighty. Who wins that one? Dallas. I tried to do scores for a second, but he stopped showing the scores after a while, and it doesn't matter. But they figured that right out of the gate, most likely scenario, they thought Dallas Cowboys, Patriots, but the Dallas win. Right now, maybe the Patriots. I don't see Dallas. Unless Dallas's defense all of a sudden wakes up and decides they're good, I don't see that happening. So then they skip a year, Dallas again versus Cleveland, where Cleveland wins. Skip a year again, and then another year, and then another year, and then another year, and then another year. And for a second there, it looks like Dallas isn't going to show up for a while. It's like, oh, well, maybe that was just a fluke. Dallas Patriots again, where Dallas wins. Pretty good for Dallas. And they skip a year, then another year, and 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 another year. And then Dallas is back versus Kansas City, but Kansas City wins. All right. Then they skip a year and another year. Then back against Kansas City, where Dallas wins this time. Then against Cleveland again, where Dallas wins again. Interesting. But then they skip a year, and then another year, and another year, and another year, and another year, and another year. But then they're back against Kansas City. And what I'm saying here is where they pop up from time to time, it doesn't look like they're going to be, the most impressive. And then all of a sudden, Dallas is in like every single Super Bowl for a very long time. But they skipped a year. And then that says Baltimore, not Dallas. Another year, another year, another year. Back again against Cleveland where they beat the Browns. I wish they would have done that Sunday. And they skip a year and another year and another year. Then against Baltimore, which is very interesting, where, of course, Baltimore wins. And they skip a year, but then back against Kansas City where they beat Mahomes somehow. Then back against Baltimore, Baltimore wins again. Then back against the Colts. One's weird. Where they lose to Indianapolis again. Indianapolis is one of the few teams that actually beat Dallas in the Super Bowl. That was Dallas' first Super Bowl they lost. By a field goal. Because we freaking fumbled. Anyway. But then we skip a year, and then another year. Another year, and then back against the Chargers, which is very interesting. A lot of these, some of the matchups we've seen before, but a lot of new matchups between Dallas. As Chargers, Dallas wins, and they skip a year and a year and a year and a year and a year, and then they're back against Baltimore. This time, Dallas was able to beat Lamar Jackson. I highly doubt that. Then they skip another year and another year and another year and another year. Back against Cincinnati, the Bengals. Something's got to give. Dallas beats the Bengals because it's the Bengals. But I don't think, again, they got beat by the Browns, so who knows. Then skip a year and a year and a year and a year and a year. Another year, another year. Then against the Chargers again. This time the Chargers win. Then another time against Cincinnati, beating Cincinnati again. Then they skip a bunch of years against the Chargers again. Dallas' win. Skip some more years against the Patriots. Dallas beats the Patriots. All the way down a good while before they show up again. Kansas City, Dallas wins. New Orleans. Oh, no, that's Baltimore, sorry. BAL and DAL look very similar. They skip a bunch of years. Against Cleveland again. This time Dallas beats Cleveland again. Then we go all the way down. Against the Chargers again. For some reason, they keep playing the Chargers. I don't know why. This time the Chargers win. I don't even know who their quarterback is. It's not Phillip Rivers. He plays for the Colts. Which is just weird to say that out loud. Then we go back down to Buffalo and Dallas, where Buffalo wins. Now that would be interesting. I would want Dallas to win, but if Buffalo meets Dallas Super Bowl again and beats them, oh man, that city would catch on fire. Because Dallas beat Buffalo, just beat the absolute shit out of Buffalo last 2 times they played in the Super Bowl. They skip a bunch of years. Dallas goes back against Baltimore. This time beats them again. Plays the Pats again. Pats win that time. Then they play Cleveland. Cleveland beats them in the Super Bowl that time. Then they play Cleveland again. Cleveland wins again. Then they play Cleveland again. Dallas wins. Keep going down. We keep looking. We keep looking. We keep looking. I mean, there's a lot. But the main reason I'm doing this is I like to see the matchups. That's Baltimore. Dallas against Kansas City. Dallas wins again. I don't know if I can believe that. Their defense would actually have to, exist for them to beat Kansas City. I believe they could have a hell of a shootout, but I do not think that their defense could stop Mahomes because their defense can't stop a water leak. Cleveland against Dallas again. Cleveland wins. Dallas and New England. Dallas wins. Dallas again against New England. This time New England wins. Dallas, Baltimore. Baltimore wins. Dallas versus Kansas City. And then Dallas versus Cleveland again. So they really want them to play the Browns and the Chargers. And Kansas City. And the Patriots. But no Dallas, Houston, nothing like that I was hoping for. But they only got 4 MVPs out of all of that. Out of all of that, they only got 4 MVPs. Now, just because you win MVP does not mean that your team is going to win the Super Bowl or even go to the Super Bowl. Oh, wait, hold on. I think they do it late enough now that your team's already in the Super Bowl. But just because you get MVP does not mean you're in the Super Bowl. It doesn't. Or that you're going to win the Super Bowl. But all 4 times that they got MVP, they did win the Super Bowl, and they also went. However, they won the Super Bowl a hell of a lot more times where nobody got MVP, and that's just strange because you think Ezekiel Elliott would be up there. I know this is really, really in the weeds, but I don't have anything else to talk about, and I have a lot written. I got 2 freaking different notepads here. That's just Cowboys. So who's underneath them? 14 appearances. That would be the New England Patriots with 7 wins. You know how many MVPs they got? I think out of everybody, the New England Patriots got the most MVPs. And they did. At 30, in 154 simulations, they got 30 MVPs. Who'd they go to? Cam Newton, of course. 30. They went to Super Bowl 14 times and won half, like a straight 50%. And 9% appearance-wise overall. They got 30 MVPs. 30 of them. Damn. Next underneath them is Seattle with 15 appearances, 4 wins. Only 12 MVPs for Russell Wilson. 9.7% appearance percentage, 26.6 win percentage. Underneath them are the Buffalo Bills. 4 appearances, 2 wins, but 10 MVPs. Josh Allen was raking in the MVPs. There's a 2.5% win percentage or appearance percentage, but a 50% overall win percentage. One of those wins does come against Dallas. The Browns appear 30 times. They're one of the highest appearances of all the teams. Madden really likes the Browns. And they got the talent. You would think so. They appear in the Super Bowl 30 times and win 21 times. Same amount of wins as Dallas, but less appearances, which gives them a 70% win percentage overall, but a 19.4 appearance percentage. But with all those wins, only 2 MVPs. which I believe went to Baker Mayfield. Or did they go to Odell Beckham Jr.? No, 2 MVPs straight up to Baker Mayfield. 21 wins, 30 appearances, 2 MVPs. Very interesting how that shook out. So the Browns with 32 months. So the Saints actually have the most appearances overall, I believe, at 36 appearances. Madden really likes the Saints. 18 wins. That gives them win percentage of 50%, appearance percentage of 23.3%. Only 7 MVPs for Drew Brees. I find it interesting that you can have all those appearances and wins, but you're not the most valuable player. Just interesting to me. Underneath them, the Kansas City Chiefs with 31 appearances and 17 wins, giving them a 20.1% appearance percentage and a 54.8% win percentage. Very interesting. I believe the Saints and the Chiefs. That makes sense to me. Well, maybe not right now, but the Chiefs definitely getting those appearances. 17 wins, though, just seems a little low. It's over 50%, but that team's unreal. The fact that they're not in the Super Bowl every year in these simulations is very interesting to me. 23 MVPs for Patrick Mahomes. That one makes sense to me. Now, Cam Newton getting 30 makes sense. I mean, it's Cam Newton, but I'm talking about wins, win-wise. The Patriots don't have that many appearances and only have 7 wins, but they have 30 MVPs. The Chiefs have 31 appearances, 17 wins, and 23 MVPs. That seems to make a little bit more sense. Underneath them is the Ravens with 32 appearances, 18 wins, giving them an appearance percentage of 20.7% and a win percentage of 56.2%. Only 7 MVPs for Lamar Jackson. Think about that. He's currently like the front runner for MVP. It's like him, Mahomes, and Russell Wilson, who, by the way, only won MVP 12 times in this simulation. 7. That's a little low. I mean, it was low for Drew Brees. It sure as hell is low for Lamar Jackson. And remember, this is the same season simulated 154 times, not 154 years in the future. It should be weird if Drew Brees won that many at all, because he would be like 80. Underneath them is the Colts with 11 appearances, 5 wins. That gives them an appearance percentage of 6.7%, but a win percentage of 45.4%. 3 MVPs for Phillip Rivers. Man, I could see that. It's Phillip Rivers. He's always been good. Underneath them, the Packers with 26 appearances, 15 wins, an appearance percentage of 16.8%, 57.6% win percentage. That seems likely. And the reason I give that percentage is in all these simulations, it's giving you the most likely of who it thinks is going to appear in the Super Bowl this season. However, its odds for the Cowboys seem very weird. 22.7% seems really high for this Dallas team. 16.8% actually seems a little bit low for this Packers team, which is just kicking the crap out of everybody. And then the win percentage, if they make it, is well over 50%. That makes sense. Here's a funny one. Funny because it's so low, but funny that it's a possibility at all. The Eagles. At the time, I believe Ckbirds was like, how do the Eagles only get this low? Because he's an Eagles fan. But then we watched the season, we're like, my God, the fact that they're even on this list is weird. 3 appearances, 1 win. That gives them an appearance percentage of 1.9% and a win percentage of 33.3%. I think that's too high for this Eagles team. Way too high, because 1.9%, I don't see it. It drastic changes. MVPs. Oh, by the way, MVPs for the Packers, 8 for Aaron Rodgers. Still seems kind of low. But for the Eagles, 2. Carson Wentz gets 2 MVP awards. See, here's the thing about the Cowboys. The Cowboys look terrible right now. I could see Dak Prescott getting an MVP. He looks like the most valuable player for the Dallas Cowboys. I could see Ezekiel Elliott getting an MVP if he turns on the Jets, because they are playing at an elite level. Their team just sucks. Carson Wentz is terrible. Yeah, the fact that he has just as many MVPs as Dak Prescott or Ezekiel Elliott is out of this world. Or Baker Mayfield, for that matter. Madden really likes him. He has almost as many as Phillip Rivers. That's stupid. All right, let's keep on going. The Texans, 7 appearances, 2 wins. That's hilarious. I don't think this Texans team is getting the Super Bowl this year. An appearance percentage of 4.5%, and then a win percentage of 28.5% if they make it. 4.5%. I don't know. That team could. Deshaun Watson could lead that team anywhere. Deshaun Watson's that good. Without DeAndre Hopkins, I don't know. But they don't have Bill O'Brien anymore. So maybe what if without Bill O'Brien and whoever the hell they have as coach now, they win their next game and then they just go on this win streak. It's Deshaun Watson. He's the coach now. Just go. I'd be happy. I'm not even a Texas fan. I'd be happy for that because I love Deshaun Watson. Speaking of which, 22 MVPs for Deshaun Watson. That seems pretty accurate. But 22 MVPs, but only 7 appearances in the Super Bowl and only 2 wins. Seems a little odd, but at least they're respecting Deshaun. Deshaun's great. What's weird about this is he gets 22 MVPs. Lamar Jackson gets, where was he? 7. Seems weird. Just seems weird. I mean, we're still in the single digits. That's Carson Wentz territory, which is just awful. Underneath them is the Falcons with 12 appearances, 3 wins. I don't think that's going to happen. Gives them an appearance percentage of 7.7%. Seems a little high. Win percentage of 25%. 5 MVPs for Matt Ryan. I can believe that. Matt Ryan has always played lights out. He's just great. His team is just isn't. They're really not. The Chargers, 12 appearances, 5 wins, an appearance percentage of 7.7%, but a win percentage of, what the hell did I write? 41.6%? I hope that's right. 9 MVPs for whoever the hell their quarterback is. I think it's like Justin Herbert. Okay. 9. That's more than Lamar Jackson. This dude no one knows has more MVPs than Lamar Jackson. They're predicting. He has a higher percentage of getting an MVP than Lamar Jackson. 4 weeks into the season, I don't know. I don't know if Madden's right about that one. Let's move on down. 49ers, 8 appearances, 3 wins. It's an appearance percentage of 5.1%, a win percentage of 37.5% if they make it. 0 MVPs. Garoppolo, no MVPs. He can win the Super Bowl 3 times and appear there 8 times, but he's not getting MVP. That seems weird. Underneath them, the Detroit Lions, 1 appearance, 0 wins. 0.6% chance of them appearing in the Super Bowl, 0% chance of them winning it. 0 MVPs. That's about right. That being said, their quarterback's good. What's his name? I forgot his name. I always like him, and I always talk about him, and I can't remember his damn name. He's from Texas. I think he played at Westlake. He's good. Can't remember his name. That pisses me off. I wish he played for Dallas. Well, then again, he had the same problem as Dak Prescott. He doesn't have a team. Well, he has the same problem as Dak Prescott. He plays for the Lions. Underneath them are the Bears. But this is the Trubisky-led Bears, not the Nick Foles-led Bears, who I have a lot of faith in. 7 appearances, 4 wins. An appearance percentage of 4.2%. Win percentage of 57.1%. So the way you could do this is like, you can make a bet on who's going to make the Super Bowl and use the percentage. The highest percentage of anybody making the Super Bowl, according to this, are the Saints right now at 23.3%. The highest win percentage is, it's like, you bet that to who's going to make it. And then when they make it, then you look at that win percentage and you got to make it. So like, the Saints get there, it's like, okay, I got the Saints. 50% chance of winning. I mean, not the worst. The Browns have a lower percentage, but if they get there, bet on the Browns. They got a 7% chance of winning that bastard. But the Bears, 7-4. 12 MVPs for Mitchell Trubisky. A guy who is no longer starting in the NFL. What the hell is Madden smoking? 12 MVPs? That's more than Lamar Jackson. Trubisky. Mitchell, the same guy we saw last year. Because this is going off of last year's stats. That guy. Whatever. He doesn't start anymore. It doesn't matter. Underneath them are the Buccaneers at 3 appearances, 2 wins. I hate the Buccaneers. I mean, well, let's be honest. I hate Tom Brady. That's an appearance percentage of 1.9%. Not very high. Makes me smile because fuck Tom Brady. But a win percentage of 66.6%. Fucking damn it. Goddamn Tom Brady. However, only 1 MVP for Tom Brady. That makes me so happy. I wish it was 0. That'd make me happier. I don't like that guy. I really, really don't like that guy at all. I hope the Patriots win the Super Bowl just so it's Cam Newton having it. I know they'll have like a bunch of Super Bowls and it's more in Dallas and whatever. I don't care. I hate Tom Brady. I want Cam Newton to live his best life. Going down now, the Titans, who I don't buy this because they only have 2 appearances and 1 win. The Titans are a great team. They were 9-7 last year, and they looked good, and they went all the way to the freaking AFC Championship because Ryan Tannehill took them to the AFC Championship. They were almost in the Super Bowl. We realized the only reason they didn't go to the Super Bowl is because they got beat by the freaking Chiefs, and they held their own against the Chiefs. If they had played any other team, they'd went to the freaking Super Bowl. We forget that they destroyed the Ravens. Like, Lamar Jackson looked terrible against the Titans. Just couldn't do anything. 1.2% chance of making the Super Bowl. And only a 50% chance of winning it. Now that one seems fair. Because anything, really, it is kind of a toss-up at the time. But only a 1.2% chance of making it? I mean, they were almost there last year, and their team is better. Though, no, now, here's the thing. The game didn't know anything about the damn virus. But now with the virus hitting Tennessee, it's all shaky. But even with the virus, the team looks good. Underneath them are the poor Jets with 1 appearance. Oh, shit, let me go back. Ryan Tannehill gets 3 MVPs. That's more than Tom Brady. I agree. I hate Tom Brady so much. The Jets underneath them with 1 appearance. 0 wins. 0.6% chance of appearing in the Super Bowl. 0% chance of winning. I think 0.6% chance is way too generous. Because that team, that's the worst team in the NFL. Now, they got a hell of a quarterback. They got nothing else because that team's terrible. I don't know. Unless Sam Darnold just becomes a football god and then takes them. I don't know how Madden figured they got there once. Underneath them, same everything. No. Oh, by the way, no MVPs. Same everything. Same appearances, wins, everything. The Giants, 1 appearance, 0 wins. 0 MVPs. Underneath them, the Bengals with 6 appearances. 2 wins, 0 MVP, so Joe Burrow doesn't pick anything up, which I find interesting. I think if someone takes the Bengals to the playoffs, they deserve an MVP because it's the Bengals, man. 0 MVPs. There's a 3.8% chance of appearing in the Super Bowl and a 33.3% chance of actually winning the damn thing. The Panthers, underneath them, 2 appearances, 2 wins, 0 MVPs. Weird that they have 0 MVP. I always find it if anyone wins at all, they have 0 MVPs. That's interesting. But they only have a 1.2% chance of making it. But according to Madden, if the Panthers go to the Super Bowl, they're going to win it. It's a 100% chance of winning. Now that's insane. But the math doesn't lie. Kind of does, but it doesn't lie in this instance. Underneath them are the Rams. This is hilarious because Madden thinks the Rams suck. 1 appearance, 0. 0 wins. 0 MVPs. And yeah, the Rams suck. Fuck the Rams. I beat the Cowboys. They can kiss my ass. Underneath them, Arizona Cardinals with 2 appearances. I could see that. They got DeAndre Hopkins, and of course he's hurt now. And what's his head, Kyler Murray. They could do that. I could see that. I mean, they need a lot more than that, but that team seems to be doing a hell of a lot better. Problem is, no MVPs, 2 appearances, 0 wins. Yeah, that's about how that would go for the Cardinals. The Cardinals are just incredibly unlucky. 1.2% chance of making it, and if they do, they have a 0% chance of winning it, according to Madden. And all the other teams can suck. I had a stroke. I was gonna say suck a dick, and then just lost it. Tom Brady only has 1 MVP. That's just hilarious. That being said, for Ezekiel Elliott, for a running back, the only running back in this, by the way, to get an MVP, for him to get an MVP, his one of 2, he had to have a 19-0 season. They didn't even give that to Dak Prescott. They gave it to Ezekiel Elliott. Because Dak Prescott did get 2 MVPs out of this. I find this incredibly interesting because I want to see how accurate it is in terms of the percentages. Now, as of right now, I don't think the Cowboys are making it because overall they have the Saints have the highest appearance. Now, I don't know if the Saints are going to make it, and then underneath them is the Dallas Cowboys, the highest chance of making the Super Bowl. I believe the Saints more than the Cowboys, but I don't think any of them have real shot at it. And then they're like 60% chance of winning the damn thing. Hell no, I don't buy that for a second. But I do buy them getting MVPs. I think I think if Dak Prescott keeps having numbers like this, and they don't win a game, I still think he gets MVP because the dude is trying to win, man. Like holy crap, he's doing well. Of course he's gonna throw an interception. When you throw the ball 100 times, something's gonna happen. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But anyway, this was kind of experimental. The new video thing and everything, and I'm gonna have to edit the video a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna edit the audio at all, but I'm gonna edit the video. Kind of experimental, just trying out something new. But I wanted to do this football topic for a while because I had it written down. But remember, check out Ckbirds. He has the whole video there with a bunch of other crazy videos that I might talk about later. Dude's incredibly talented, great YouTuber. Go check him out. It's Ckbirds. All Madden stuff. And if you're into football, you should like it. And I mean, I liked it. And I watched like 8 of his videos in a row. I was up for like hours. It was like 6 a.m. when I got done. Probably more than 8. But I watched a lot of them because he has such fascinating scenarios. But check out his YouTube channel. Like seriously, well, 3 of you that see this, check out his YouTube channel. If you like football, you'll probably like it. It's got a bunch of what if stuff, and it's I find it interesting. If you don't, cool. If you do, yay. But anyway, my voice is starting to hurt, so that would be the end of this podcast. And I will see y'all. Maybe actually, I might see y'all with another podcast later this week. I'm not real sure. Of course, you can see me and Joe and all the videos that we put up 5 days a week. But in terms of podcast, I don't know. It depends on what news gets dropped. Oh shit, you see they changed Spider-Man? That's weird. I'll talk about that next time. My voice hurts. But that's really weird. But yeah, it depends. There might be some new stuff. I don't know. I might be forgetting something huge. It's been a long day. But I want to talk about the football stuff. But let me know what you know about the new format. Or I guess it's not a new format, but just, the new video stuff, the talking head or whatever. Or if you'd rather it just be a plain background with my voice over it, whatever. But I'm putting this up on YouTube as well as wherever podcasts are listening to. So, though the video while it will be edited, it will not probably have the song in it. Because those are copyrighted songs. And I don't make any money off of this. And I give all the credit to the songwriters. It's 8-bit big band. Check them out. So that probably won't be there on YouTube because it'll get flagged and whatever. But anyway, I will see you all in the next one.